It's day 4 of the Infrastructure Investor Global Summit. This is our last day, of course. After a really fantastic week, we've had our biggest edition ever with over 3,000 members in attendance. And before we wrap up, I just want to leave you with 3 final thoughts. The first one, which actually came from Ross Israel, the head of infrastructure for QIC, is that infrastructure is becoming more and more interconnected. And what he meant is infrastructure subsectors are correlating more. And this means, obviously, that you may not have the diversification you expected in your portfolio, but also if there is a shock that hits one of the sectors, it may have a knock-on impact in the other sectors in your portfolio. So the second takeaway that I wanted to share with you has to do with the electrification of transport. It's actually a little bit in the eye of the storm, as one panelist put it. And that's because of things like geopolitics, tariffs, trade barriers, which are actually constraining the export of some of these transport electrification technologies, but also because there's a bit of political and regulatory uncertainty. And so in some countries like the US, there are changes to the subsidies for EVs, and as one panelist said, you can't change your mind on this every 4 years. And the final takeaway has to do with the mid-market. Now, this has been a talking point throughout this conference. It's a talking point outside of this conference. The debate is whether the mid-market gives you more alpha in relation to large caps. And basically, what one of the panelists said was that when it comes to top quartile funds, there's not a big difference between mid-market and large caps. But when you get to the very highest performing funds, you start to see some daylight between them. Now, large cap funds might have something to say about that. If you do want to invest in the mid-market, you have to be aware that it is more work and you need more hand-holding. And that's a wrap from me. If you want some more takeaways on the conference, there is a new episode of the Infrastructure Investor podcast coming out on Monday, featuring the Infrastructure Investor editorial team, which you can get on infrastructureinvestor.com/podcasts or wherever you like to listen to them. Thank you all for watching and attending, and I'll see you here next year.